day. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Gardner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Elliott. Oh, look at the juke. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Ezekiel. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Still leaves them with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, Trin, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
Ryan's pass.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
throwing again on second down. Ryan, and he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Atlanta.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. The numbers for him from a week ago: 10 catches, 121 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Carrier. Leighton Vander Esch on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's
on third down, Smith. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
On fourth down, the Falcons trot out the rookie punter from Syracuse, Sterling Hoffrichter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with: great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Zach McKinley on the stop. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away. He may try and run for this. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Elliott. Tyler Davison on the tackle.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On first down, Elliott. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Down at the 31. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and
on 2nd down, Elliott.
16-yard line.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Oliver. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 33-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And a Falcon 1st down.
Here's Ryan. That's complete to Smith. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Smith.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Ryan's pass.
Give him 32 on the play. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Nice upfield move there by Gerald McCoy, getting in there to make the stop.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And, man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
It is good.
Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb.
The pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4.
Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good for a Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Seven, our score after 1.
Score tied 7-7. Everyone
10th carry now for Elliott. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up
second and 5. This to Jarwin. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 23. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
3-yard line.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Elliott. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
This is Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Is good.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Sean Lee.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From the 29, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Ryan. That's caught by Treadwell. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
Atlanta.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going, and if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, Smith. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They go play action with Ryan.
46-yard line.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. 3rd among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The tackle.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and
now Ito Smith. And he stopped immediately there.
Ito Smith, the ball carrier.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
After the sack on first down, Ryan over the middle. He's got Treadwell. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. To throw is Ryan. They set up the screen to Hill. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Try to punch it in with Smith. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Oh, boy.
How about that that for a momentum swing. You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Zerline now for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Kick is good.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Ryan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. $39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. A big reason why they've been so successful, this defense hasn't been able to contain him when he gets outside of the pocket.
So true, and that's when it's really difficult because defensively you can have a game plan and try to account for all the things you've seen on tape, the way that they run their plays, even his running. But when it's a play where you just can't really say, okay, that's how the play's supposed to go, what they call broken plays, that's when the X and O doesn't work. That's when their Jimmy is better than your Joe.
Keanu Neal, strong in run support as he comes up from his safety position to pop him behind the line.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run with Elliott. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Ryan. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Cowboys' 40-yard line.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Complete to Easy.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Schultz. A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. On the move to his left. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down. A dump off to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. The Jaguars were winners last week, so they're trying to start their campaign at 2-0. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Carson Wentz with a touchdown pass there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
And the Falcon
On the draw, this is Smith. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Ryan's throw caught by Jones.
Ryan's pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
He's a gain of 6. And it's
Operating from the gun. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Julio Jones has averaged 90 receiving yards per game every season since 2013. And when you factor in that every game plan calls for them double and triple covering him, yet he's still putting up those kind of numbers, that tells you the excellence of Julio Jones.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Ryan going to get this complete to Hurst.
Ryan's pass.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys' 46-yard line.
Now it's Smith. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Keeps the score Cowboys 28, Falcons 7.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort. Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They keep on the ground with Elliott. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
36-yard line.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
Tony Pollard. That's good for a Cowboy.
That was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
The quarterback taken down.
Tack McKinley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. A 33-yarder from the left hash.
33-yard attempt.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
31. Falcons 7.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ryan, that's complete to Smith. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Falcons.
On the run, it's Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Smith, the ball carrier.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Yards on the pickup.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he'll get it down.
Smith, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. This is Smith.
At the 11-yard line.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Ryan feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. On the carry, here's Smith. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Here we go now with Smith. And again they stuff him. A loss last time, and this time hitting him for no gain. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Smith. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. On play action, they'll throw. This to Jarwin. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Got the completion, but it certainly wasn't on his time frame. Hurried on that play.
Absolutely. The pressure affected him. Unable to get it further downfield. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Falcons.